Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to another postcard from Moorhead. And if you looked at that thumbnail, you know what we're talking about today? Potato chips. So, this is a fun food fact video on potato chips. What do you know about chips? What don't you know about chips? So, what is the world's oldest snack in the world? It's popcorn. It's over 7,000 years old. But that's not what we're talking about today. The potato chip turns 165 years old this year. The first chips were called Saratoga chips. Why, you may ask? Well, the invention of the potato chip is attributed to a fellow named George Crumb. He was the son of an African American father, a Native American mother from the Huron tribe, and he was a cook at Moon's Lake Restaurant in Saratoga Springs, New York. A customer sent back his order of fried potatoes, stating that the slices were too thick. Supposedly, Crumb cut thinner slices of potato, but they were still too thick. Well, Crumb had had it up to here. He decided to cut these potato slices really thin and fry them until they were crispy. They could not be eaten with a fork. You had to use your hands to eat these potatoes. The customer, instead of being irritated and angry, he was absolutely delighted with this new potato chip. Other customers in the restaurant, they also requested the dish, which led to the establishment of special Saratoga Spring chips. So, what is the best selling chip in America today? It's Lay's. No surprise there. However, due to inflation, I'm not getting the Lay's, I'm getting a store brand chip. So much for that. Got to save a little money where I can. So, you open your bag of chips. Let's go ahead and open these. And if you look inside, there is a silver lining. This is a polypropylene and aluminum lining inside this bag. So why do that? Well, this lining keeps out the moisture. It protects them from dust particles, bacteria, bad odors. We don't want stinky chips. It adds protection to give the chips extra extended shelf life. When you fill that bag and it feels like it's full of air, that's not air. That is nitrogen. So the nitrogen keeps the chips from getting air in the bag and going stale. And that's why when you take it out, they are so crispy. Oops. Then a time came when they were seasoning potato chips. Seasoning them? Okay. Tayto. I'm going to call that Toyota, whatever. Anyway, it was a small Irish company, and they pioneered the technology of adding seasoning to potato chips. So the world's first seasoned potato chips were cheese and onion and salt and vinegar. Next, the first two flavors in America, however, were sour cream and onion and barbecue. A lady named Laura Scudder, she created the first modern bag of potato chips in 1953. Previously, chips were sold out of a barrel or scooped from a container behind the counter. So she created the first container, the bag, to hold these chips. One final point of interest, the United States government in 1942 uh, decided that potato chips was an essential food and allowed chip factories to remain open during World War II. So that's the fun food fact for today. I've got salt and vinegar, I got barbecue, and over here I've got the wavy plain. Chips is my favorite snack, just ask Lenore. So this has been another fun food fact from Postcard from Moorhead. I'm Larry Dixon. Get a bag of chips and enjoy them. I do love a good bag of chips. Hit that subscribe, like, and share button, and I will catch you down the road with the next video.